What if turning 60 didn't just mean slowing down, but suddenly breaking the law? Shocking fact. In 2026, thousands of Canadian seniors are expected to face fines, penalties, and legal trouble, not for crimes, but for everyday actions they've done for decades. Driving the same route, taking familiar medication, helping family, or filling out one wrong form could now label you as non-compliant or worse. Most seniors have no idea these changes are already taking effect, and that's what makes this situation so dangerous. Here's the disturbing truth. These new laws weren't designed to scare seniors, but they will punish them anyway. Government data shows enforcement is increasing, not warnings. That means mistakes won't be forgiven, and age won't protect you. Many seniors will only discover these rules after receiving a notice, fine, or suspension. And once that happens, fixing it becomes stressful, expensive, and sometimes irreversible. Stay with us until the end, because we're breaking down 10 new Canadian laws in 2026 that could turn law-abiding seniors into accidental offenders. Law number 10 is already shocking families across Canada, and by the time you hear about it elsewhere, it may already be too late. Number 1. Driving becomes dangerous. In 2026, one of the biggest shocks for Canadian seniors is how driving laws have quietly changed, and not in their favor. What used to be a simple license renewal is now a high-risk legal process for drivers over a certain age. New rules allow authorities to demand extra medical checks, vision tests, reaction time screenings, and sudden reassessments, often with very little notice. Miss a letter, misunderstand a deadline, or fail to submit one form correctly, and your license can be suspended instantly. Here's where it gets scary. Driving with a suspended or restricted license, even unknowingly, is no longer treated as a small mistake. In many provinces, it can lead to heavy fines, criminal charges, insurance cancellation, and even court appearances. Seniors who've been driving safely for 40 or 50 years are suddenly being flagged as high risk, not because of accidents, but because of age-based compliance rules. Imagine going to buy groceries or drive to a doctor's appointment, only to find out later that you were breaking the law. What makes this law especially dangerous is how silent it is. There are no loud announcements, no personal phone calls, just letters, portals, and deadlines. Many seniors don't use digital systems daily, which increases the chance of missing critical updates. One missed notice can snowball into legal trouble that's stressful, expensive, and humiliating. This isn't about unsafe driving. It's about administrative traps that catch seniors off guard. Knowing these rules before you get behind the wheel in 2026 could protect your freedom, finances, and peace of mind. Which driving rule shocked you the most? Medical checks, sudden suspensions, or silent notices? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Support our hard work by subscribing. It's just one click, and it helps us keep protecting you with the truth. Number 2. Medication mistakes criminalized in 2026. One of the most alarming changes for Canadian seniors involves something deeply personal and routine: prescription medication. New enforcement rules mean that actions many seniors see as harmless or caring, like sharing leftover pills with a spouse, adjusting dosage without approval, or carrying medication outside its original container, can now trigger serious legal consequences. What once felt like common sense is increasingly being treated as non-compliance under updated drug safety laws. But here's the danger most seniors don't see coming. Pharmacies, clinics, and healthcare systems are now digitally linked, making it easier for authorities to flag inconsistencies. Refill too early? Red flag. Miss a medication review appointment? Red flag. Carry prescription pills while traveling without proper documentation? That could mean fines, confiscation, or questioning. Seniors managing multiple prescriptions are especially vulnerable, not because they're reckless, but because the system has become less forgiving and more automated. The most unsettling part is intent no longer matters as much as compliance. Even honest mistakes, like misunderstanding instructions or using older prescriptions, can be treated as violations. For seniors on fixed incomes or dealing with memory challenges, the stress of navigating these rules can be overwhelming. This law doesn't just regulate medication, it criminalizes confusion. The safest move in 2026 is simple but critical. Follow prescriptions exactly, keep records, ask questions, and never assume old habits are still allowed. Awareness here isn't optional, it's protection. Have you ever adjusted medication without thinking twice, or helped a loved one just this once? Tell us in the comments. And if this opened your eyes, subscribe to our channel. One click helps us keep seniors informed and protected. Number 3. Homes under watch in 2026. Many Canadian seniors are discovering that owning a home now comes with legal risks they never expected. New property compliance laws mean that what used to be considered minor issues, like unreported renovations, basement usage, rental arrangements, or even safety modifications, can now trigger inspections, penalties, and legal notices. Seniors who've lived in the same house for decades are suddenly being asked to prove that their homes meet updated codes they were never told about. Here's where it becomes unsettling. Municipal systems are now far more data-driven and complaint-based. A single anonymous report, a permit mismatch, or a property tax review can open a file on your home. Seniors who rent out a room to help cover expenses, allow family members to stay long-term, or modify their home for mobility reasons may unknowingly violate zoning, occupancy, or rental laws. These violations can result in hefty fines, forced changes, or legal action, without any criminal intent at all. What makes this law especially risky is that good intentions offer no protection. Helping family, aging in place, or making your home safer can still be seen as non-compliance if paperwork isn't perfect. Many seniors assume long-term ownership equals automatic approval. It doesn't anymore. In 2026, protecting your home means understanding permits, reporting rules, and occupancy limits before problems start. One overlooked detail could put your most valuable asset and your peace of mind at risk. Have you made changes to your home or helped family stay with you? Thinking it was harmless? Share your story in the comments. And please subscribe. It's just one click that supports the hard work behind these life-saving videos. Number 4. Pension reporting traps. In 2026, new financial compliance rules are creating unexpected legal risks for Canadian seniors, especially when it comes to pensions, government benefits, and income reporting. What sounds like simple paperwork has become far more technical and unforgiving. Small mistakes, like forgetting to report part-time income, delayed investment withdrawals, or changes in living arrangements, can now trigger audits, repayment demands, or fraud investigations. And the shocking part? Many seniors don't even realize they've made a mistake until a letter arrives. Government systems are now heavily automated and cross-checked. That means tax filings, pension deposits, bank activity, and benefit programs are digitally compared for inconsistencies. If something doesn't match, even due to misunderstanding, the system flags it. Seniors who rely on fixed incomes are particularly vulnerable because even minor reporting errors can result in benefit suspension or repayment notices that create financial stress overnight. In some cases, repeated reporting issues may even escalate to legal consequences. The real danger lies in assuming that close enough is good enough. In 2026, accuracy matters more than ever. Seniors must carefully track all income sources, update records immediately after changes, and double-check every submission. Keeping copies of documents and asking for clarification when unsure is no longer optional. It's protection. These laws don't target seniors directly, but they impact them the most because retirement finances are often complex and closely monitored. Staying informed today can prevent serious problems tomorrow. Have you ever felt confused filling out pension or benefit forms? You're not alone. Comment below. And if you value the effort we put into protecting seniors like you, please subscribe. It's just one click that keeps this channel alive. Number 5. Digital ID pressure. In 2026, Canada's push toward digital identification and online verification is creating serious challenges for seniors. Many services that once worked with paper, in-person visits, or phone calls now require online accounts, digital IDs, two-step verification, and regular logins. For seniors who aren't comfortable with technology or who simply prefer traditional methods, this shift can turn everyday tasks into legal and financial risks. Here's the alarming part. Failing to use these systems correctly can now be treated as noncompliance. Miss an online notice because you don't check email daily? That could mean missed deadlines, suspended benefits, or service interruptions. Forget a password, lose access to an account, or ignore a digital request you don't understand. And the system doesn't pause to explain. It just records you as unresponsive. Seniors are being penalized not for wrongdoing, but for struggling with tools they were never trained to use. What makes this especially dangerous is that digital systems assume constant access and perfect memory. Many seniors share devices, avoid smartphones, or live in areas with unreliable internet. Yet the law doesn't adjust for those realities. In 2026, protecting yourself means setting up trusted contacts, written password records, and alerts, or asking for authorized assistance before problems start. Digital ID isn't optional anymore, and ignoring it can quietly lead to fines, benefit loss, or legal stress. Awareness is the difference between control and chaos. Do digital systems confuse or frustrate you, or someone you care about? Tell us in the comments, and please subscribe to support the hard work behind these videos. One click helps us keep seniors informed and safe. Number 6. Public rules tighten. In 2026, everyday behavior in public spaces has become more regulated than many Canadian seniors realize. New safety, bylaw, and public conduct rules mean actions that once seemed harmless, like where you sit, park, rest, or even how you interact in public areas, can now result in warnings, tickets, or fines. Seniors who rely on public spaces for daily routines are especially affected because enforcement has become more frequent and less forgiving. Here's what's catching seniors off guard. Cities have expanded rules around parking time limits, pedestrian zones, noise complaints, smoking areas, and public safety compliance. Something as simple as stopping too long in a loading zone, resting on restricted property, or not following posted instructions can trigger penalties. Many of these rules are enforced by automated cameras, patrol officers, or complaint systems, meaning there's often no conversation, just a notice in the mail. Seniors often don't realize a rule has changed until they're already cited. The real issue isn't misbehavior, it's rule overload. Signs change, bylaws update, and exceptions disappear, yet seniors are expected to adapt instantly. Fixed incomes make even small fines feel overwhelming, and repeated violations can escalate quickly. In 2026, awareness is your best defense. Read posted signs carefully, avoid assumptions based on old habits, and ask questions when unsure. Public spaces are no longer informal. They're regulated environments, and knowing the rules can save seniors from unnecessary stress and financial harm. Have you ever been fined for something that used to be normal? Share your experience below. And please subscribe to support the time and effort we put into protecting seniors. It's just one click. Number 7. Helping turns risky. In 2026, one of the most painful surprises for Canadian seniors is discovering that helping family or friends can now carry legal risks. New rules around caregiving, financial assistance, and informal support mean that actions done out of love, like giving money, paying bills, sharing housing, or caring for grandchildren, can be flagged as non-compliant or unauthorized. Seniors are not breaking the law intentionally, but the system no longer assumes good intentions. Here's how seniors get caught off guard. Transferring money to help a child or grandchild without proper documentation can raise financial red flags. Allowing a relative to live with you long-term may violate occupancy or benefit eligibility rules. Even helping manage someone else's finances or appointments without formal authorization can create legal exposure. In 2026, informal help is being replaced by paperwork, permissions, and reporting requirements. What makes this law especially upsetting is that it punishes kindness and responsibility. Seniors who step in to support struggling family members are often the ones investigated first. Benefits can be reduced, accounts frozen, or explanations demanded, sometimes months later. The safest path now is clarity. Document assistance, understand limits, and get written authorization when helping others. Caring doesn't have to stop, but it must be done by the book. Knowing the rules protects both your loved ones and yourself. Have you ever helped family without thinking twice, financially or otherwise? Comment below. And please subscribe to support the hard work behind these videos. One click helps us keep seniors informed and protected. Number 8. Travel traps ahead. In 2026, travel has become unexpectedly complicated for Canadian seniors. New domestic and cross-border regulations mean that even short trips can turn into legal headaches if paperwork isn't perfect. Seniors who've traveled freely for years are now facing stricter ID checks, updated travel declarations, health disclosures, and mobility reporting rules, often without clear explanations. A missing document or outdated ID can now lead to delays, fines, or denied travel. Here's what's catching seniors by surprise. Travel systems are increasingly digitally linked to health records, benefit status, and identification databases. That means discrepancies, like mismatched names, expired documents, or unreported travel durations, are flagged instantly. Seniors who travel to visit family, attend medical appointments, or spend winters elsewhere are especially vulnerable. Even staying away longer than expected can affect benefit eligibility or reporting requirements, triggering notices once you return. The most stressful part is that travel mistakes can follow you home. Notices arrive weeks later, asking for explanations or documentation you didn't know you needed. In some cases, benefits are paused until the issue is resolved. In 2026, safe travel means preparation, documentation, and double-checking requirements every time, no matter how routine the trip feels. Freedom of movement still exists, but it now comes with rules seniors must understand to avoid unnecessary trouble. Have travel rules ever confused or delayed you unexpectedly? Share your story in the comments. And please subscribe to support the hard work behind these videos. It's just one click that helps protect seniors. Number 9. Health reporting mandates. In 2026, health compliance laws across Canada have become stricter, and seniors are feeling the pressure. New rules now require more mandatory reporting, updated medical disclosures, and timely responses to health-related notices. What many seniors don't realize is that ignoring a letter, delaying a form, or failing to attend a required assessment can now be treated as noncompliance, not just oversight. Healthcare systems are more connected than ever. Medical evaluations, prescription updates, driving fitness reports, and benefit eligibility checks are now often digitally shared between agencies. If a doctor recommends a reassessment or submits a report that affects your eligibility for certain privileges, like driving or specialized benefits, authorities may act automatically. Seniors who miss follow-up appointments or misunderstand medical paperwork could face temporary suspensions, fines, or service interruptions. The most concerning part is that these mandates assume quick responses and clear understanding. But many seniors juggle multiple appointments, medications, and documents. A simple delay, like missing a scheduled evaluation due to illness, can escalate into formal notices. In 2026, the safest approach is proactive. Keep copies of all medical correspondence, attend required reviews promptly, and seek clarification when unsure. Health laws are designed for safety, but without awareness, they can feel like traps. Staying informed ensures your health doesn't become a legal burden. Have you ever received a medical notice you didn't fully understand? Comment below. And please subscribe to support the effort we put into protecting seniors. It's just one click that makes a big difference. Number 10. Silent law shock. In 2026, the most controversial and least discussed change affecting Canadian seniors is what many experts call the silent enforcement law. Unlike other rules, this one doesn't announce itself with warnings or public campaigns. It operates quietly through automated systems, data matching, and delayed enforcement, catching seniors completely off guard. By the time many people realize something is wrong, they're already facing penalties, suspensions, or formal notices. Here's what makes this law especially dangerous. It relies on after-the-fact punishment. Seniors may unknowingly violate a rule related to driving, benefits, travel, health reporting, or digital compliance, and continue their normal routines for weeks or months. Then suddenly, a letter arrives demanding explanations, repayments, or compliance within a short deadline. There's no opportunity to correct mistakes early. For seniors on fixed incomes or with limited support, this can feel overwhelming and frightening. The real shock is that this law doesn't judge intent, only data. If the system flags an inconsistency, action follows automatically. Seniors who trust that no news is good news are the most vulnerable. In 2026, silence no longer means safety. The only protection is constant awareness, record keeping, and early action. This law has already affected seniors who thought they were fully compliant. Knowing it exists may be the most important warning of all. Which of these 10 laws shocked you the most? And which worries you personally? Tell us in the comments, and please subscribe. It's just one click that supports the huge effort behind keeping seniors informed and protected. As we've seen, 2026 is not just another year of policy updates. It's a turning point that could quietly reshape daily life for Canadian seniors. None of these laws were designed to target older adults directly, yet seniors are the ones feeling the impact the hardest. From driving and medication to housing, finances, digital systems, travel, and health reporting, ordinary routines now come with hidden legal risks. What makes this situation especially troubling is that most violations happen by accident, not intent. Seniors are not breaking laws. They're being caught by systems that changed faster than awareness. The biggest lesson from these 10 laws is simple but powerful. Silence no longer equals safety. Missing a letter, misunderstanding a rule, or relying on old habits can now lead to fines, suspensions, benefit loss, or legal stress. These rules reward those who stay informed and prepared, and punish those who assume nothing has changed. That's why awareness is no longer optional. It's self-protection. Asking questions, keeping records, double-checking requirements, and seeking help early can mean the difference between peace of mind and months of unnecessary stress. Most importantly, this video is not about fear, it's about empowerment. Knowledge gives seniors control in a system that often feels confusing and impersonal. By understanding what's changing, you can protect your freedom, finances, home, and dignity. Share this information with friends, spouses, and family members who may not be online or up to date. The earlier people know, the safer they are. In 2026 and beyond, staying informed isn't just smart, it's essential.